Saturday, ZFC training field. Zombie Steve here. After eating a breakfast of mud grits and a swamp water coffee, I was off to training with the official ZFC training field. ZFC stands for Zombie Fright Coalition, and I am an active member. Once a month, we spend an entire evening practicing our scaring skills. Tonight, we did quite a bit. We started off with moaning practice. No zombie is worth his salt if he can't terrify a miner with just one moan. Followed by advanced door rattling. Nothing creeps out villagers like rattling and banging on their door. Next, we worked on our evasion techniques for when we get cornered or are being pursued. This is especially important for when a village hires an iron golem or a professional zombie hunter. Finally, we had to work on our intellects. Each one of us, there are 20 of us in this coalition, had to give a 5-minute presentation on the history of zombies. Mine was about Herobrine and how many of us zombies claim him as our own. Well, after that, I for one had worked up quite an appetite, but I had to go straight to work. I was hired last week by Zombies of the World Insurance Agency to expand their current offices, which are located in Poppy's Peak Mountain. I make a good living doing excavation and architecture to build homes and offices out of stone mountains. I actually started in this line of work after I scared a miner so bad he caused a cave-in. He was on the other side of the cave-in, but I was on the inside. I took one of his extra pickaxes and carved my way out, and I discovered that I really liked working with stone. But that's a story for another day. When I finally got off work, and thankfully I didn't wake up any of those annoying silverfish in the process, I headed home. I was so tired I just fixed up a seaweed sandwich with some swamp water tea. I'm about to go to bed now. It's been daylight for an hour, so it's awfully late for me. Good night, diary. Sunday, home and village. Zombie Steve here. Today was my day off, so I could do whatever I wanted. Within reason, of course. First, I wanted to sleep in. I slept until about an hour after sunset, which was awfully late for me, but it didn't matter because I didn't need to be anywhere. I got out of bed, wrinkled my clothes, and mussed up my hair. Next, I ate a healthy zombie breakfast of spoiled ivy in swamp slime with a mud drink for energy. I live in an awesome cave studio apartment that I hewed out for myself. It has a nice, soft gravel bed with green wool carpet. It has a furnace to keep it warm in the wintertime and to cook my meals on. I also have some cool stuff I collected after scaring miners out of the nearby caves. My next destination was to meet some buddies of mine, Zombie Bart and Archie the Skeleton, to have a few hours of scaring villagers. We've been scaring in this village since we were little baby zombies. Here's the thing I don't understand. The villagers know that we come to their village on a regular basis, but they still either 1, hang around outside at night, or 2, act terrified like they've never seen a zombie in their life. Of course, 2 I don't mind. That's fun. But I do mind 1. I once scared a villager so bad he fell in the well. I couldn't just leave him there to drown, so I risked my reputation as a zombie to pull the guy out. When I did get him out, he fainted. Now, if you think a fainted villager is a lot of dead weight to drag around, try one that is sopping wet with well water. Anyways, humans smell awfully funny when they get wet. Well, to get on with my story, I dragged him out of the well and into a nearby field so someone would see him and help him. Fortunately, the villagers thought I was eating him and rushed right out. Some zombies, I hate to say, would have taken advantage of the situation. I am a new age zombie, though. We scare, but we care. Bart, Archie, and I headed to the village and did our usual scaring. We started with the local library. That librarian has read so many scary stories, all we need to do is peek in the window and he runs for cover. I noticed on the side of the library a sign I hadn't seen before. It said this: Reward, lost child. See picture below. Please return to Valhalla compound. I pointed out to Archie, who was standing nearby. Hey Archie, have you seen this kid? Yep, replied Archie. Every time I see a kid. All those human villager kids look just alike. I know, right? I hope they can tell them apart better than we can, or there's going to be a lot of kids being taken to the Valhalla compound, I replied. Valhalla compound? asked Bart with a little bit of concern in his voice. That's no place for the likes of us. What are you saying about it? Reward, I answered as I pointed out the sign. Well, the reward they would have for the likes of us isn't one I'd want. The guy in charge of that compound is General Peter Fightum, AZ Division. Wow, I replied. The AZ Division is the anti-zombie division. They don't like us at all. Archie chimed in again. Well, I think it's probably a trap or something. I heard that since you zombies have gone modern with your whole we scare but we care lifestyle, they don't have much grounds to hunt you guys anymore. They're probably trying to drum up some business. We all nodded our heads and noticed the librarian peeking out. We peeked in at him. He screamed and he hid again. After we finished scaring, I headed back to my cave studio apartment and worked on adding some additional storage shelves for my collection of things left behind by scared miners. I have 4 different types of swords, a stale loaf of bread, 2 ingots of iron, an entire block of coal, 4 paintings, some wool rugs, and several pieces of armor. Well, I'm worn out now and I'm heading to bed. Good night, diary.